Hi, I'm Lou. Do you find yourself at forest school spending far too much time untangling your ropes? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to simply coil a rope so that you can keep them nice and neat. So it's good practice to keep your ropes well stored and coiled properly so that you can check them easily and they're all neatly stored away and they're not all in a big tangle when it's time to get them out again. So I'm just going to show you how to coil a rope. There are lots of different methods, so this is just my personal preferred method. The first thing I tend to do though is to run the rope all the way through my hands. So this gives me a chance to make sure that there are no kinks or twists in the rope before we coil it. And you can also feel the rope to see if there's any damage being done to the rope as well. So you could also check the rope at the same time. Now to coil it in this particular method, I tend to use my non-dominant hand, my spare hand, to hold the rope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just laying over one end of the rope so that it dangles over about a foot, I suppose. And then in my other hand, I'm going to grab hold of the standing part of the rope and I'm going to do a big arm stretch all the way across my chest. And then if you look at my spare hand here, you can see that the long part of the rope is coming off of the little finger side of my palm. So when I bring my hands together, I'm going to make sure that I lay the rope so that it's making a U shape, so that it's running down the bottom of my hand, it's returning to that spot. So I'm not going to go round and round and round in circles that you might have seen some people do, because that actually twists and kinks the rope. I'm going to come back so it's making a U shape. So then with my dominant hand, I'm going to grab the big long end of the rope and I'm going to do another arm stretch. But this time when I bring the rope back to me, you can see that the last bit of the rope was coming off of my index finger side of the hand, so the top of my hand. So this time when I bring my hands together, I need to make sure that they come to that side of my hand. So again, I've got a big U shape forming. So it's like I'm zigzagging the rope with my spare hand holding the center of it. And so for the majority of the rope, that's how we continue to coil. So each time I'm going to take an arm stretch. When I bring my hands together, just check which side my hand I'm working to. So little finger side this time. Arm stretch, just check. We're going index finger side. Arm stretch, little finger. Arm stretch, big finger. Arm stretch, little finger. And you can get quite quick with that once you get going. I want to make sure that I leave enough rope, so maybe a metre or two, just to finish off. So I don't want to go to the end. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the rest of the rope and I'm going to wrap it around the centre part of my coils. So this is keeping it all together. And then the part that I'm holding, we've kind of created a head or an eye where we've got this gap. And to finish it off with the end, I'm going to make a bite in the rope and I'm going to post that bite through the head of the coils so that it comes out the other side. We're going to open it up and we're going to put it over the top of the coils so that one part comes down one side, one part comes down the other side. Shimmy that down and you can pull on the end and that will lock it down so that it's secure, it's not going to unravel. But when it's time to undo it, you just need to lift that part up, pull that through, and then it will unravel really easily without kind of getting tangled. I sometimes with the children say that this is Ollie the octopus, and there's his legs at the bottom and there's his big head here, and you take the bite and you pop it through his head, because octopuses are very flexible and you can do that, and then you open up the bite the other side and you take it down either side of his head, kind of like you're brushing his hair, because obviously octopuses are known for hairstyles as well, clearly, but it makes sense to me. And so that's how you coil a rope. That's a big one. I could just show you again. I've got a little one that is not quite as thin, so remember to run it through your hands to make sure that there's no kinks, to get all the kinks out. And then we're going to lay it over our hand. I'm going to do this a bit quicker just to show you how quick you can get with it. Do an arm stretch together, arm stretch together, arm stretch together, little finger to index finger, little finger to index finger, all the way along. Make sure you leave yourself enough end. Go round and round and round. You're kind of putting a belt onto the octopus. And then you finish off with a bite. It's going to go through where you've been holding it, pull it through, and then open it up and brush the octopus's hair either side and pull that end to tighten it. So there you go, a few minutes and you've got nicely coiled ropes, or octopi. I hope now your ropes will be beautifully coiled and stored. Do you have a top tip for looking after ropes and cordage at forest school? Let me know in the comments section below. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us a like and subscribe so you can join me in the woods next time, and thanks for watching. Ropes can easily become a big mess if they're not coiled to keep them at their best. Arm stretches of rope to your palm is the key, so your rope is in good working order the next time you head to the trees.